Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi everybody, welcome to our show. Thank you for being here. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button if you're on Facebook, and of course want to sign up for notifications to not miss our show. It is Friday! Yay! Mr. HP is of course with us running the show. Now we have a live winner polled every single show, so all you got to do is comment throughout the show, answer some of our questions, and you will have an opportunity to win a $25 gift card. So thank you all for being here. It was a busy week. I mean, it started kind of on Saturday, even though that was not part of the week, but with our amazing Quilt Along. And then we had a lot going on this week. But we always celebrate each Friday with a little bit of fun in a glass. So we did highball cocktail recipes for the month of January, and now we're in February. It's February. So I thought, you know, we got Valentine's Day, a perfect type of drink for this month, since it's, you know, romantic and sexy, would be martinis. Yeah. So here is a twist on your favorite, one of your favorites, lemon drop martini. It's very simple. If you want to make a good lemon drop martini, it's simple. Just good vodka, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and some simple syrup. If you don't have simple syrup, you can use agave, but just use a little less. So, and you gotta do the rim with the sugar and some of the lemon peel. So kind of grate it a little bit. But since it's the month of February, I decided to do a pink lemon drop. And what's different with a pink lemon drop? I got these amazing pink lemons at the farmer's market. So I just squeezed pink lemon juice. And then if it doesn't get pink enough for you, you can use just a splash of cranberry juice. But that was pretty cool. So cheers. Cheers. How's this one for you? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't quite look like a lemon drop today. I'm wearing red because it is National Wear Red Day. I tried to find a red t-shirt. All I had was a dress, so I'm pretty fancy for Friday around here. I normally don't dress up like this, even wearing my curls. That was just because there was no time to dry.
Got a red dress on.
Okay.
Get a red dress on.
All right.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Is that your word of the day, though, Mr. HP?
Not the word of the day.
What's the word of the day, mister?
The word of the day is grit.
Grit?
Yeah.
Not grits.
Not grits, but even though that's one of my favorite. Grit.
Grit. I like that word.
Courage.
Perseverance.
Yes.
Like sticking to a project, don't quit, right?
And then there's a grit of sand, of course.
Yeah.
Well. But then there's grits.
That we both love. And we already had some this morning.
Favorite.
Yes.
Yeah,
He got me to like grits. This girl from Iceland didn't know what grits were until I moved here. Yes, until I met you, honestly.
True grit.
Not on my radar.
Yep.
But love them now. There's a place here called Uptown Eats that has amazing breakfast bowls, and one of them is a grit bowl
With greens.
with greens on top
Awesome.
and an egg. Oh, that was our breakfast, and a really good sauce. Has to be a sauce for this Icelandic girl.
Yeah, we had grits at the wedding too.
Yes, we did have shrimp and grits at our wedding. That is true. Okay, so grit is the word of the day. I believe we have some grit. We kind of get down and dirty and don't
True
quit.
grit.
All right, I love it. Now, do y'all have some grit? That's the question. So speaking of Wear Red Day, I followed through on that. It's also National Carrot Cake Day. Last Friday was chocolate cake. It must be a cake for every Friday. I don't know. It's cake day, I guess. Carrot cake. Now, question to you: do you like carrot cake? Because I think that's a very controversial thing.
Probably depends on who makes it.
Putting carrots in a cake. You say you don't really like, because you don't like the texture of the carrots in there.
Right.
But the flavor is, though, I love the flavor, and the icing. I love a good carrot cake. The only ones I don't like is the ones that have raisins in them. There's something, and I think it's from my childhood, when raisins are baked and they get like poofy, or they're put into hot things. I have a hard time. And it's just the texture thing. I love raisins on other occasions. Love grapes, but there's just something that if they're in a cake, that just, I don't know what it is. It must have been traumatized sometime in my childhood about raisins.
If you eat lots of carrot cake, would that help your eyes? Because carrots are supposed to be good for your eyes.
Carotene, yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll try that. Is that a challenge?
Yes.
Maybe. No, I love a good carrot cake, especially if you have carrots and a little bit of nuts, walnuts or pecans. Oh, that's really good. And the cream cheese frosting is really good. Okay. All right, so it's also Black History Month. February is Black History Month, so we are going to be honoring Black History Month. We already, kind of every week, we're going to feature one of our amazing Black artists, whether designers, fabric designers, pattern designers, tool designers, whatever. So we're excited to feature, of course, Bond, designer for Free Spirit Fabrics. With her root bundle, I used her root bundle in my quilt, the Amelie quilt, supersized that I made during the quilt along with all of you, and I really, really love how it turned out. So just stay tuned. We'll be posting these on social media, Facebook and YouTube. All right, let's kick off our Friday segment, our show and tell from you. Here's our first quilt. Beautiful Roxanne, ombre Roxanne. I love this. This is so cool. This is Robin's Roxanne. Probably it looks kind of like a twin size. It looks a little bit longer than a lap, so I love this version. Just using a single background, so you have black, and then I don't know if she used just one ombre print or just these prints that have this ombre feature. You can make it work either way, but awesome job on this one. Next up, we have a Marina made by Susan. This one is very cool. I love the monochromatic blues in there. This looks like at least a part of a bundle that we had a while back, but I really love the aqua in there, and has a really cool uniform look. And speaking of aqua, light blue, I love this Athena made by Teresa. And I absolutely love the little bits of darker blue here and there. That is so cool. Creates a little bit of an abstract feel. Very good job. Then we have, this is a Marie's Nova quilt. So Nova, that's a different coloration that I've ever seen. I really like that, just going somewhat out of the box. So really breaking the rules of lights and darks, but it really plays with your eyes. So good job on that. Then we have a Kimberly by Shelley. Really awesome colors. This stood out to me because, you don't use that mustard color. We don't see it a lot. I love it with the burgundy. That burgundy and a mustard together is super cool. So that's something I'm going to make a note of. Lovely, lovely job. And then we have an Inga that has been added some borders to it. That's a really successful border treatment on the Inga, and a unique layout too. So you will notice that there is an extra row. So there is a little bit break in the pattern, but I love that. You obviously need to make it a little bigger. This is Rosemary's Inga. Then we have a June. This one is by Gail. I love that background color. So, or that dark purple. And then she has a background, and then she has what looks like a little bit of Tim Holtz, Abandoned. So great job mixing it up and changing the norms on that quilt. And next one up is a Phoenix quilt made by Sandy. Really awesome contrast with the white, and love that version. Then we have Strippy Stairways. This one, it looks like it's made with Pansies Posies. Oh, so pretty. And I love the quilting design on it. Sharp white contrast makes them really stand out. So great quilting. It looks like they are kind of puffed up, all the stairways. Then we have, Kimberly 3.0. Lovely version from Rebecca. Did I say who made the Strippy Stairways? I don't remember. Maybe I missed it. Can you see who made Strippy Stairways? But Rebecca made this. Kimberly. Judy made the Strippy Stairways. Okay, Kimberly is made by Rebecca. Love this one. That is, of course, the 2 extra versions we added when we did the Kimberly quilt along. And that is all available still in the digital pattern. So great job, everybody. Thank you for sharing your quilts, and keep them coming. We will feature them every Friday. Love that. Love having a segment like that. Okay. On Tuesday's show, we announced that I will be teaching on an actual physical cruise. I'll be teaching on a virtual cruise too, but this one is a physical cruise next year, organized by Dawn from Quilt and Cruise. We will be traveling to the Grand Cayman, Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. So I'm very excited. It's a celebrity cruise ship. I'll be teaching the Inga and Tara pattern. So we'll be making 2 quilts from 1 bundle. And I will, of course, be providing the kits and curating the kits for these. So you'll have a few options for different colorways, which will come out later this summer, because this is still a year away. But sign up kind of went bonkers right away after we announced this. So if you are interested in going, you should not hesitate. And of course, Mr. HP is going with me, so he will be a part of a lot of the fun and joining in on some shenanigans like that one.
Will have that crazy face too?
Well, we were going to do something cool. You know, the Titanic scene where they're in the front of the ship. And yes, it was windy for them, but nothing like what it really is at the front of a ship when they're moving. So we were trying, and we just laughed so hard because it was so windy. Put that back up. Like, I couldn't even move my face. I think it was stuck in this position. And you couldn't keep your eyes open. Maybe we'll try this again. Maybe when
we can't breathe when the wind is
blowing.
I
know, that was funny. It was an utter fail. It was supposed to be this cool romantic photo. Yeah. So I hope you join us. It'll be lots of fun. And I'm actually bringing my parents. So they will be joining us from Iceland. Love that. All right. So speaking of cruises, our virtual cruise, our retreat for 2023, our virtual retreat is edging closer, and registration actually closes in less than 2 weeks. So I wanted to just remind everybody, Valentine's Day, February 14th, that's the last day to sign up and lock in your spots. I also wanted to remind you that our scholarship spots will be decided on. We will stop taking nominations on the 14th as well, and we'll finish it off the end of the week with announcing our scholarship recipients. So if you still want to nominate, don't hesitate to do that. And also, if you do want to donate to the scholarship funds, you can purchase a gift card and then email us all the information and saying that you wanted to donate that to our scholarship fund. We had a lot of talk about this week, so about retreat. And we are kind of finalizing the boxes. All the cutting starts this month for all the kits. So get ready for a really fun time. I think the stuff is in the boxes, and the theme and everything we got planned is
so exciting.
So exciting, and it's going to be so much fun. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. We did have our class pack Zoom day this week. That was a longer day for us.
Oh, boy.
But a really fun one. We got to actually interact with a lot of the folks that are participating in the class packs. The volume 1 is the Katrina and the Zoe quilts. Of course, we have one of the Katrinas that I made during the course of filming. This one is made out of nutmeg, or nutmeg bundle. And then we are kicking off Zoe next week. So Wednesday next week is when we will start working on Zoe. So a lot of the class pack folks have finished amazing Katrinas or are working on them.
What you got behind you?
So this is actually a Zoe. I know. She doesn't look like it, but that's the amazing thing about Zoe. There are so many different layout options, and you can really have fun with your colorations, as I did with this one. This is the Dandelion Dreams or something like that it's called. It's really just blacks and then lights and then a couple of golds. So what I did with it is I included the gold only in the center of the block, so it's really unique. And then I did totally scrappy lights and scrappy darks. You probably can't see it as well as you do up close, but I'll be sharing more of that this quilt. But this is one of the ones that I did during the Zoe filming. We have 2 already made, 4 already made and finished and quilted, and then I made 1 more. Yeah, I make a lot of quilts. Oh, 2 more actually. I did, of course, my version from nutmeg as well. This is the original, where I did kind of just a 2-color with scrappy background. And then we did the Zoe out of Slow Stroll, which is just colorful fabrics and then a single background. Very different. These are actually the same layouts, but then we had 2 more that we've shared previously, and we'll share all of them in the end. So I cannot wait for all of these folks and seeing how their quilts are going to turn out. Their Zoes, and of course the finish of all of their Katrinas. So are you excited, those of you participating, for entering Zoe land? It's very different techniques. I usually choose 2 very different techniques to teach together in the class packs. So we had wonderful chats in person with folks from all over the world that are taking this. Really, it was not much questions. It was really just sharing and having a conversation, and
awesome.
How they love the format, how it really works for for everybody, because it's really self-paced, but you still feel like you're part of a community doing it kind of together, like we do in our quilt along. So that was really wonderful to hear. And like I said, I can't wait to see some more quilts, more Zoes. I do have a little special for you. I announced this last week, of course, in honor of February and Valentine's Day. It is coming up. So we have one of our Fast and Furious patterns called Confetti Betty that we made up in some beautiful Valentine's fabrics. We have the Be Mine Valentine fabric and then the Happy Hearts bundle. Either one of them would create the same results, and so made the Confetti Betty runner. It's so cute. And so the Confetti Betty runner, it was a part of Fast and Furious Club, so it has a video with it. So the whole pattern and video package where I take you through it start to finish. This is a great beginner project. If you have never done Quilt As You Go, is a great one to start with. So it's only $7.50 for through Valentine's Day. So if you didn't do Fast and Furious Club, I would kind of snatch it up, because this, you don't have to do this now, and you can do it in any fabrics. This runner is so versatile. You can do it in any fabrics. It's great for all kinds of scraps to use up for the little rectangles. So check it out. Take advantage before that is gone as well. All right, any questions on anything? Have we seen any questions?
Oh, let's see.
The class packs, you can just purchase on our website. You'll find it under virtual classes and lectures. And so it's self-paced. So if you purchase now, if you join us now, you will already receive one cutting video. You will see all the cutting instructions, both patterns, and then all three part 1, 2, and 3 of Katrina. And then every week we release a part. So Wednesday next week we'll be releasing Zoe part 1. Cheers to that.
When's the
Cheers
next
to that.
QAL?
Mm.
Already?
Next quilt along we just finished. It's a little hard to think about that because if you knew what goes into planning one of these, we need a little time. We need a little time. We also have a lot going on. So we do have a strip along coming up in April. We always do a strip along. And that is not a one-day thing. We do that during a Tipsy Tuesday. Like, we give instructions every week, so it's kind of self-paced, and encourage everybody to chop up their scraps and yardage, and they're working from their stash, or just chop up a bundle and make a beautiful strip quilt. I usually choose one from my catalog that came along before the Stripology rulers, so I enjoy stripologizing them and giving extra options. I start my 10-inch squares. Yuck, now I have 9.5 by 10s. How can I do, Zoe? Let me think about that one. Oh, you're so mean. 3.5. I'm just thinking. I think there may be a way. I just have to think about it. There may be a way. But yeah, that is the thing about pre-cuts. They have not been treated, which is why I always say give all your fabrics a good steam press, because that tightens up the fibers, and do all your starching before you cut anything. So starching 10-inch squares that are already cut from a pre-cut is always going to cause them to change. Is that Zoe layout available in the book? Yes, it is. Might not look like that because my coloration was a little bit different. So it is in there. It does include, you have to press things a little bit differently, which I do talk about in the class. I just mentioned that in the book. If you wanted to do any of the other layouts, you might have to just repress some of your blocks. And really the key is if you press half your blocks towards the dark and half your blocks towards the light, you can do pretty much all of them, except for one, except for layout number 1. All right, and the key is just, if you do that, then all of your seams will nest, all of them. All right, let's take a look at some beautiful fabrics that we received in the store. I have an awesome small Easter themed one called Spring Chickens. And this one is really cute. Look at this. This is a Patrick Lowe's. He is, of course, known for his bright, vibrant colors. And this is so cute. I love the little chickies and the fluff around them when they're coming out of their egg. Love that it's not directional. So this is just a 6-piece bundle, just a small one, so perfect for little home dec items, maybe some Easter bags, Easter egg hunt bags. That will be fun. And let me tell you, our gift bags from the Advent projects would be great to use for little Easter egg hunts. And then we have the Easter chicks in the blue. We have this beautiful lavender kind of a textured print. We have the chicks on the aqua background. We have a cute little chicken feet, or like tracks. It's not their actual feet. In this lime green. We have little fluffy chickens on the white background in all the beautiful Easter colors. And then I love this little polka dot print here. And they're look like almost little pom-poms, little fluff balls. Really, really cute. And we do have that one available as a 1 yard in 1 yards. And actually, for Fast and Furious Club, there was an egg hunt runner in there that I'm really excited to make, and using this as the background. We also have one more print out of the line, and that's this beautiful stripe. I love it. Incorporates all the colors in the fabric, so that will be perfect to use as binding. But I did do my fabric pull, of course. For some lavender colors, we did chalk and charcoal, or of a little bit lighter, the lavender and the lavender haze, the floral elements. Then we have the canvas Bermuda, just a little bit darker than here because we have a little bit darker chicks in there. And then for a green, I opted to go a little bit darker green with the thatched spring because there is quite a bit darker greens everywhere else than this print, and this would just mixed well in there with a second darker. And then we have some accent colors that are not in the print, but in all of the motifs. We have a yellow, got to throw in a yellow with some Easter colors. So this is nature elements in the mimosa, and then a little pink one, flow in the petal. So love the different variations in here, and it has a little bit of orange in here too, because there are some orange chickies. Some great backgrounds if you wanted to calm it down a little bit. I love this one with it, the Moncherie triangles. It is yellow triangles on a white background, and so that would be really great with this. And if you wanted something completely neutral, matching the background of this is pretty white, so I would do probably the circles because it matches the dots. So kind of a white on white circles. So this is spring chickens. So this one would make a really cute confetti Betty with this in the background, wouldn't it? And you could use some scraps of bright colors with it, and maybe use one of these really cute ones for the backing. So just a 6-piece, quick, and something that you could use for all kinds of Easter decor. Our second line is called Lush and Lively, and I really, really love this one. This is by Jacqueline Maldonado. Let me show you. I love the colorway. So we just pretty much got blues, and then these peach colors, and then a beautiful yellow. So it's just a really different take on the typical yellow and blue. Throwing in the peach in there, it's just gorgeous. So this is the main print, and then we have these beautiful blues that are have so much teal in them too, so they're really nicely warm. See, there we go. Love this texture. We have another beautiful floral, a little bit lighter blue here, and I love these. So pretty. Another texture with a little bit lighter than this one, and a different, it has a little angles. I love this. So it's just something I've never seen before. And then instead of a dot, we have this awesome print. So there comes in a little bit of the yellow. So light blue and dark blue and teal mixed with the yellow. So then we have the more yellow prints. We have this same texture print that's here in the yellow combination. We have a little bit of a grid that works as kind of irregular diagonal plaid. I love this with a little light background. And then we have the small florals on the yellow background, but now the flowers are orange, so, or peach, which really mixes well. Speaking of peach, here we have the peach print, the little dots with the peach and the yellow in them. We have that same grid that we have in the yellow, like a plaid. And then a couple of more prints with a blue back. I love this one. Has a little diagonal action, so we'll give a lot of nice movement to the quilt. And then we actually have a stripe, but a really nice watercolor stripe. So this would be really cool. I love incorporating all the colors in here. So this is just gorgeous, very unique. This is by Figo Fabrics, which is a division of Northcott. So really nice hand on this, and just beautiful. So fabric pull, we start with the blues, of course, adding this trellis blue, a little bit of diagonal, which works well with the other diagonals, and having it in the blue. This was a part of our color club this last month. Then we have Moonscape in the Marlin. I love that it has the light blue with it. And we're kind of going hue to hue, a little bit lighter. The color wash and the textured indigo. And then for the lighter, I would go in a little bit grayer, Spectrostatic and the dusty blue. And then I did one more blue for the really light ones, the speckle and the Bermuda. So as far as the peach, we'll start with the deco stitch and the soft apricot. This is a brand new deco stitch. I love the new colors that they added. So this one is perfect and so on trend. Then we have the chalk and charcoal and the cayenne. And then I wanted to add one darker, a little bit orange, because there is a bit of darker, if you wanted a little darker accent, the dimples and the persimmon. Because you see that little darker elements. For the golds, I also did a 2-hue. I did the chalk and charcoal and the buttercup for the light yellow, and then the grunge mustard for the darker hues, kind of connecting a little bit into the peach colors. And same background as I showed you in the earlier, the Moncherie triangles, white with the yellow is perfect. So definitely chose that one again for a great background for these prints. So this is Moncherie, no, this is not Moncherie, this is Moncherie. This is Lush and Lively by Fico Fabrics. 12-piece bundle would make so many awesome quilts, including supersized Amelie, including so many. All right. Any questions on these beautiful, gorgeous fabrics? No? Not seeing much? Well, let me take a sip while you look harder. Great question. We just sent off about 30 or 40 quilts to Hello Cotton, and they are going over to Ukraine, I believe, this month. And then we still have just a few tops to finish. So we did have so many of you volunteer to quilt them, so thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it. And so we still could use a couple of helpers to help finish up. We're not receiving any more tops or blocks or anything like that, but we should be finishing that project up real soon. And we'll give you an update on that actually next week, because I will be sending them a couple of quilts to Hello Cottons they're doing a live auction. So I'll be actually sending them a couple of my quilts to auction off to kind of combat the cost of what they do to get stuff over there. And so love that, and they are doing so many great things over there with the refugees. So we will give you an update on that next week. But our next show, we should do a live winner though, Mr. HP. I get to have another sip while you do that.
We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Drum roll, please.
It is Barbara Reed. Congratulations, Barbara. You are our winner. $25 gift card is yours. Just send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com, and we'll get you that gift card so you can go shopping right away.
Yay, Barbara.
Yay, Barbara. Like I said, we have our next show next week. Tipsy Tuesday is going to be February 7th at 4 p.m. And then Happy Friday, shortly thereafter, will be February 10th. And we'll be back in Minnesota next week. It's been really cold this week. I did see the forecast for next week, and we kind of feel bad because it's going to warm up significantly.
Because we're bringing it with us.
Somebody's really thinking about us. So we skipped it was 12 below this morning, but with air temperature, it felt like 25 below, I believe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what we've been dealing with for many, many years. You all your life, and now finally we get breaks from it. We still have to deal with it, but
I miss it so
beautiful.
much.
Do you now? I don't believe you. But it's wonderful to get a little break from it, I have to say. But that's it for our show tonight, or today. It's not night yet. I'm thinking about tonight because we have a little date tonight. Made a reservation at a restaurant that is hard to get into. I made a reservation 2 weeks ago, so we're excited. Check it out. That's our mission here. Try something every week, something new. So we'll see what this one does. Yeah, I don't think they'll have carrot cake though.
Good.
Something else. Maybe I'll get my chocolate cake. But thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week for our Tipsy Tuesday. Bye. Cheers.